Okay, I'm working on the workbench, but this isn't an update video on that, so to speak. Though I'll give you a little bit of an update, but like I say, it's not actually a part of this or that. But I just had a message from somebody asking something that I thought I should probably address again. You know, it has to do with why I disable the likes and the dislikes, and why on some of the videos I disable the comments. Well, you know, I addressed that a long time back, but you know, I think I've probably doubled in viewership since that time, so it's probably worth explaining again. You know, the comments I like to leave, I sometimes disable them, only because there's a lot of times where, I mean, a comment, let's say I don't even want to hear a comment. You know, I mean, I'm giving my opinion. I don't need a comment from somebody else on their opinion on something. You know, so I just leave it off then, because otherwise I always have that problem where I'll be out in the middle of nowhere someplace, and all of a sudden somebody will comment on a video in a stupid way, or at times there are where they make a comment that actually they're promoting something that I consider dangerous. Well, then I can't delete the comment from my phone, so I have to wait till I get home. The only thing I can do is take the video down, move it to private. I can do that on the phone. And then when I get home, I can remove that comment. And, you know, it just gets to be a pain in the ass, so I don't bother with it. You know, it's a lot of times it's just simpler. Because I'm not, you know, well, the same with the likes and the dislikes. You know, to me, that's just a sharp stick somebody wants to poke you with, you know, and it goes on and on. I mean, I see this all the time where people have the most innocent videos in the world, and somebody will poke them with a dislike for no apparent reason. It gets to be these little personal grudge things going on, and to me, that just makes it miserable for everybody. You know, I know they use that likes deal as to how you get rated by YouTube, you know, in the queue, kind of. Don't really care, you know. I mean, I don't, you know, I do this just for the hell of it. In fact, you know, I'd be a lot better off if I didn't do it, only because it does cost me a certain amount of money each month to pay for the internet to upload these. There's really no gain. I like to do it because it actually kind of allows family and friends to kind of keep up with what I'm at, you know, and what I'm up to. So that's why I do it. I don't, you know, and like the whole likes thing, I mean, I don't need the pats on the back, and I don't need the pokes with a sharp stick. I don't need it either way. You know, I just do what I do, and I'll put it up there, and, you know, that's all there is to it. So, you know, because like to me, I mean, a lot of people, you know, they're doing that AdSense thing. I'm not interested in that. So the likes and the stuff, it doesn't matter. You know, and even the comments, I mean, a lot of times, I like to leave them, like I say, because sometimes you can learn from them. Sometimes it's just people being stupid. I mean, sometimes they're very funny. I don't mean, you know, because some people are very clever in their comments, but some people are just being jerks, you know, and like I say, then I got to go and bother to remove them. And then I usually end up blocking people, because I tell you, I really have no hesitation about blocking somebody. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. If somebody is a pain in the ass, they're just gone. In fact, I actually have done preventative blocking, let's say. I'll be looking at somebody else's videos and see where somebody is continually being a jerk. Well, I'll just go to their channel and block them so they don't even start on me, you know, because I don't, if somebody's going to be that way, I want nothing to do with them. You know, so it's just me. Like I say, it doesn't matter one way or the other. But that ain't, you know, my reasons for putting these up aren't like other people's. Okay, as long as I'm up here and I'm showing this, I should do a bit of an update though. You know, this is the top of the workbench. These are the legs, and I've cut them to length. I've got them all the right size now. I've got to start mortising them. You know, and these will be, like I say, these are the legs. And then these cross pieces will actually go across Then I've got to mortise in for the other long stringers. But she's all very carefully calculated here. But what I'll be doing is cutting like an inch off all the way around, so there's a 2-inch square in the center. Then I'll mortise a 2-inch hole in these so that these will sit down flush. You know, it'll be right flush with that height. Then it'll be pinned. Then the stringer part will be mortised in, come through here, and be pinned from that way. So my theory is to get it with no nails. You know, that's what it takes to scheming. But I've been kind of putting off, I was letting this stuff kind of season, you know, to get rid of the checking. You know, that's why today I shortened to the right length, because, you know, the stuff will always check some. But now that I've got them to the right length, it's time to put pine tar on to kind of keep those ends from checking. So that's what I'm going to do now. So that's sort of an update, but not technically an update. Okay, I got all this stuff tarred up. You can see, really darkens it up. These are just scrap blocks, but nice scrap blocks. Okay, I got to thinking, as I was doing this, now I probably sounded a bit harsh about the comments and all that stuff, but I tend to be a little harsh. You know, I don't mind when people send messages or ask questions, you know, that kind of thing. It doesn't bother me at all. You know, I'm glad to help if I can, and sometimes in the comments people do make good suggestions, but I guess what really bothers me is what I think of as the YouTube experts, that they start right away going on and on with their opinion, and you know, you can look back and you can see, I mean, you can track their opinion back to somebody else. I mean, everybody, they watch a video, they think, okay, now they're an expert, and they'll go and spread this nonsense, and it just goes on, and they've never done it, and probably the person that they are getting their information from has never done it. You know, I respect somebody who actually has done something and has a reason for giving their opinion, but if they really don't know what they're talking about, I don't care to hear them. You know, that's all. I didn't want to sound too harsh, but that's just the way I feel about it, and I have no reason to change my mind. You know, the same with blocking people ahead of time. I mean, honestly, I don't care about those people. If I see people being jerks, like I say, I have no intention of waiting until they find me. Honestly, I don't know how people find me, but they seem to turn up all the time. But if I run into somebody who I can see could be a problem for me in the future, just be a nuisance, and that's a lot of these people are just being nuisances. You know, you're looking to have no videos of their own. They just go and poke at other people's videos. Well, I don't need them. You know, I certainly ain't going to learn anything from them. So, just a little preventive maintenance.